somehow, we supposed to feel a certain way for winning a game. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, regardless of what we hear and see from the 4-ladder and 3-ladder network, we won, baby. And a win is a win is a win. And I don't care about what they say. Here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. We're playing our brand of football, and regardless of what they say, of what the level of competition, of whether it was a home game, away game, I'm going to tell you guys, defense traveled for one, right? And nobody can discount that front for the Washington football team. I know they wasn't with all of their weapons, but they were with that interior. And I come here to tell you guys right now, Allen and Payne, you ain't facing many teams like that up front. Game is won where? Where's the game is won? Down in the trenches, right? So Cowboy Nation, we were able to run the ball when it was necessary. We had a total of 108 yards. And the glory and the beauty of it is that when they was in that umbrella defense, whether it's cover 4 or cover 2, we took advantage of that. We ran on that particular style of defense enough to set up the play action. What the Cowboys were doing from a schematic aspect of it is that they were trying to throw into the teeth of that. They was trying to throw over that umbrella, or they was trying to throw right at it, and they were not patient enough to take the necessary yards underneath, nor run on that particular style of defense. So from a scheme or a philosophy aspect of it, the Cowboys did just what they supposed to do, Cowboy Nation. Is run on that defense in the moment, regardless of who was starting or not, because they like to give those, hey, they didn't have all of their troops. Well, I come in to tell you, it's football, baby. Make the necessary adjustments. Also, with that being said, Cowboy Nation, I got to give out my awards, baby, for this victory, baby. Oh, first and foremost, the award goes to the entire team. Shout out to Jerry Jones, especially John Stephen Jones, Will McClay, all of those boys, Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, everybody, even Johnny Bones. Everybody get the award for turning this thing around. Yeah, they get the award for that, Cowboy Nation, especially by us winning the NFC East. Hey, you celebrate that little moment for about 24 hours, and then you say to yourself, just like Mike McCarthy, just like Dan Quinn said, and just like the players, we haven't accomplished nothing. Yeah, give us the hat or what have you. We'll wear it for this one day, but we haven't accomplished nothing, Cowboy Nation. No. But Dak Prescott, you threw for 28 for 39, right? For 330 yards, which was not bad, Cowboy Nation, which flat out was not bad. 4 tubs, that's good. That's good. So give a reward for Dak Prescott. Whew. And you know, Cowboy Nation, the main thing of this, tempo. The tempo. Cowboys up tempo, not allowing the opposition to set, not allowing the opposition to make that necessary substitution. Oh my goodness. Everybody on prime time was watching, saying, man, that Cowboys team, I would have done this if that happened against my team. Or I would have done, no. You see that pressure? Whew. And those boys got their hands on the ball. And speaking of defensive side of the coin, flipping back from the offense, speaking of defense, they tried Trayvon Diggs, and woo. All I can say, Cowboy Nation, don't be trying the brother out there. Y'all better be careful trying Trayvon Diggs out there, baby. They tried him, and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. Scary Terry ain't scary, huh? You know. But neither here nor there. Ezekiel Elliott, 2 touchdowns in this game, 1 receiving and 1 rushing. Shout out to Ezekiel Elliott, that 3rd down play, running that ball. Ooh. Shout out to Ezekiel Elliott. That man was just a monster out there doing his thing, baby. Also, Cowboy Nation, Amari Cooper, he lamented to everyone, hey, I believe that I could be put into the game plan. a little bit more. I know that I can make some changes if I'm inserted into the game plan. Well, we were able to exhibit and exude that and see that of Amari Cooper being inserted into the game plan. Hey, the team trying to make the adjustments real quick. Oh, we got a roll coverage his way now. 7 receptions for 85 yards. Look at Turner, 82 yards. Schultz, 82 yards. Lamb, now behold the Lamb, 66 yards. Now in between those two right there. Shout out to Cooper Rush for being 2 for 3 for 70 yards and 1 tub. Shout out to Cooper Rush for that. All right, so we're going to go and talk about this award for Amari Cooper. I'm going to just give it all for the entire group. Schultz, Turner, and as well as Lamb. Schultz, he's the targeted guy for third down situations. My goodness. We got to give a round of applause for that brother. He took the hit in the middle of the field. He was laid out for a quick second. And then he said, you know what? I'm ready, baby. Get me back up. Jogged off. That was great. And then he got back out there and made a few more plays. So shout out to Schultz, man. That brother been all this year solid. Just very solid in this situation of stepping up, being that short to intermediate route guy, especially as the tight end and in the middle of the field. Vertically taking that situation to the house for us. Shout out to Schultz. Also, and then he had him a tub too. Turner had him a tub, and tub means touchdowns, Cowboy Nation, and Cooper. Yeah. So give those boys a round of applause. And CD Lamb. It may seem as if though he only had 66 yards, but all of those yards were worthy. All of those yards was necessary. All of those yards counted because it was when he caught the ball that was necessary, Cowboy Nation. And I flat out do love it. And of course, contemporaries like Gallup and as well as my guy Cedric Wilson, they did their hand in this mix, and it is what it is. But let's talk about defense. Defense, yeah. Cowboy Nation, I come here to tell you guys right now that Parsons, when you think of Parsons, hear me out. Let me grab my shovel when we talk about this guy. When you think of Parsons, the beast, the lion is out there in the Serengeti or in the jungle, wherever this lion is at. You know when he roars, people got to move out of the way. Things got to get out of the way. Hey, situations got to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to get out of the way because I don't want no parts of this. That is what Parsons bring to the table, baby. Look, you already know that the guy is quick. And there's really no setup as it relates to your stance as an offensive lineman. Because you don't know where he's coming, whether it's going to be through the A gap, B gap, or he's going to control the C, which is forever, because he is so quick and they moving him around like chess pieces, baby. And when he comes in to make that tackle or sack, he had a tackle for loss, by the way, in the sack, you just have to refocus and realign your mind. And 9 times out of 10, check out the feet of the offensive lineman. They everywhere. They don't know whether to widen their stance. They don't know where to jab. So they go into a traditional set, targeting, trying to get inside, and it's too slow because his speed to power is just sick. And he can get around to that edge and make the quarterback his meal. His meal. He's hungry. The line is always hungry. Yeah. Yeah. And when you think of, you add in the fact with DeMarcus Lawrence. Oh, excuse me, D-Law. Oh, excuse me, Tank. When I look down here at this, 1 sack, 1 QB hit, 1 tackle for loss, 1 INT, 1 touchdown, all for one guy, that's the season for most defensive edge guys. Well, that's a career as far as the interception, right? And far as, that's a career as far as a touchdown, right? Pick 6, Tank style, just blowing up the thing, just tearing up the place. Whew. Let me get my Tank roar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cowboy Nation, that Tank was just crazy. And We talked about phases of a game. We already know what Diggs do in his phase of the game. We don't have to go and revisit that Diggs conversation. No, we don't have to. 11 INTs, man, the award should just fall out of the sky for him. Oh my goodness. He's realigning all of the DBs. Dion, primetime coach Sanders is even talking, said, hey, go ahead and make this thing an award for that guy because he's doing some impactful things. And hey, one can argue a good front is always going to help out your DBs. Well, if your DB is already good, you're going to see the DB go from good to great just like that. And that brother is right now great. There's nobody in the National Football League got more interceptions than that guy. And that is the reason, because his cognitive, his cerebral. Shout out to his son, Aiden. You know, and all of those things work together. Somebody hit me up and said, Law, Trayvon Diggs got 2 sons. I said, who's the other one? Terry McLaurin. His mama already hitting Trayvon Diggs up now saying, I want my child support, back pay. I can't make this stuff up. Let me know where I'm lying. Trayvon Diggs, oh, Terry. His name is not even scary anymore, okay? Okay, they kept him in the game just to get some yards. They said, hey man, we can't leave you on the stat sheet with 0. Hey, let's keep him in the game. But the scholars, no, put him in the game. Make sure he can get some receptions this time. All right, so honorable mention. We talked about Mike McCarthy before. We talked about, excuse me, Cowboy Nation, Dan Quinn. We put dirt, well, I know I did a few episodes, on this guy's name, Johnny Bones, you know, Coach Bone Fossil. Hey, Johnny Bones, I don't recall a time that we got multiple blocks as it relates to punt kicks in any type of stretch of a season since I've been born, right? Since I've been on this dimension. But I come here to tell you, whatever you doing as it relates to coaching on that special teams, I'm going to sit back now. I'm just going to hush. Law, what are you going to do? I'm going to hush because you've been showing your natural born bones out there, baby. You show your hand every time and you still deliver. Shout out to Corey Clement for getting that block, flipping into the end zone while Chauncey Golston scoop it up and score it in and dance it all the way. Multiple games, Johnny Bones. You've been doing your thing. So let's give it a round of applause to Coach Bones, Johnny Bones, baby. Hey, he been doing his thing out there, teaching a different type of philosophy. Sometimes when something is new, Cowboy Nation, it just feels different. And that newness of us blocking punts, us getting in there, scooping it up for a score, that goes a long way, Cowboy Nation. Oh, can we talk about Kelvin Joseph, Boss Man Fat? The pick was right there. It was right there, Boss Man. It was right there because I was going to go crazy. They going to say, Law, man, oh, you crazy. Law, you crazy, Law. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the reason why this brother looks so good out there. And shout out to Anthony Brown, no shade at him. Shout out to the entire defense. But we can absolutely see that Kelvin Joseph, so fluid, so quick. He's a 4-3 guy, by the way, Cowboy Nation. And he said it himself, oh, I was invited to the party, the pick party, and I dropped it. But right after that drop, of course, that's when the block kick occurred. So it's all good, unless he was going to run it in for a pick 6. Hey, but what we can see now is the future talking of how he's selling off of that sideline, the quickness, the burst. He had him a tackle for loss, by the way, came down the field. That's what you do, baby. This team can go a long way. All we got to do is just stay focused. Don't worry about the naysayer. That's their job to discount our games. That's their job. Our duty is to just get out there and make it happen. And we did just that, Cowboy Nation. Like I said, defense travel. And this game got us in rhythm. Also, with that being said, I recall a team in the past, hear me out, Cowboy Nation, that would play some games just like this to get in rhythm, to get on pace. They played the Jets twice a year, the Miami Dolphins twice a year. Oh, they played the Bills twice a year. And wasn't not one word uttered about the level of competition. But what that coach was doing over there in that particular division, the New England Patriots coach, he was getting the mindset right. He was getting the tempo right. He was getting the philosophy and the understanding of the game right for his boys. So when the stage got bright, he said, man, we've been here before. We play our brand of football. We eat our humble pie. We don't have to worry about no alibi or anything like that. We just play our brand of football. And that's what the Cowboys are doing. Quietly. We're on a 4-game winning spree. Quietly. Hey, the oppositions, the opposing teams are looking for hate, looking for excuses to sprinkle upon us. But we doing our thing. Whether we get it out of the mud with our special teams, whether or not we dive into it and we drag it out with our defense, or we dominate with our offense. Cowboy Nation, we stand tall. We true blue over here, baby. We don't fold like lawn chairs. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. You are listening to the NFC East champs. That's what we do, Cowboy Nation. That's how we holding it down. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I don't know how I left out Terrence Steele while editing. I realized I left out Terrence Steele. Shout out to Terrence Steele for catching that touchdown. Shout out to you, man. So do your thing. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to Terrence Steele, baby. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.